You see the way Trump talks to Zelensky? That's what we've been missing. That's what I voted for. That's what I've been looking for. Somebody talking with their chin. Who you talking to? This is America. You better be humble when you walk up in here, making demands. Who you think you talking to? This big Trump and big Vance. And I like how Vance stepped right in. Trump sat back like a G. Trump came in, no, I got this, big homie. Hey, bro, you need to check yourself. We're doing you a favor. The United States does not need Ukraine. We can sit back and let Russia destroy y'all. So you better come with some humility, bro.
You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
You're
again, running low on soldiers.
Please,
you're running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you
that wasn't with me.
Means.
That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards.
You see, I love me a man. Now, Trump is a man's man. Whether you blue collar or you in the White House, it ain't nothing like a strong man to stand up to another man and protect his family and protect this house. And that's exactly what he did with Zelensky today. You don't come in our house. You don't come to my family's country and disrespect me or disrespect us. And let's not talk about JD Vance. They was standing on business. You don't come to a made man like Donald Trump and the Dream Team and talk to them like they minions. See, you got away with that with Biden. There's a lot of men of America, and men are coming back because that last administration, they wanted men to act like girls. Us real women, especially us MAGA women, we love a man's man. Where the real men at? The man is back, baby. America is back. And Trump just told him like a man tell another man to his face, don't you come up in my house and disrespect me. As a matter of fact, go home. Go home and come back when you ready to talk peace. He little boyed him as he should. And that's what a commander-in-chief looks like.
It looks like we are having mixed emotions, ladies and gentlemen, since Zelensky and Trump met each other in the White House. People on the internet are divided. Some people are saying Trump is the man, and some people are apologizing to Zelensky that we are sorry, we are so ill-mannered as Americans that we treated you like this, like a little baby, our president telling you, why didn't you wear a suit today? I'm confused, but y'all let me know what you think in the comment section about today's situation.
Why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest, why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest level in this country's office and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if do you own a suit?
Yeah, problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not respecting the dignity of this office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yes, maybe one.
Maybe something like this.
Something like yours, yes.
That'd be great.
Maybe something better, I don't know. Yeah. We will see. Maybe something cheaper than, yeah.
And I do like your clothing, by the way.
Yeah, really?
Even though I think he's a great guy, by the way. But I don't know if you two like each other. But you know what? I think he's dressed. I think he's dressed
I like this guy. I don't know.
I think he's dressed beautifully.
So I have more serious things than answer on such questions. I will answer on more serious questions.
We're realizing now this is the first time Zelensky has had a conversation with a leader. He was so used to walking in, so disrespectful in borderline pajamas, demanding billions of dollars, never saying thank you, and literally walking out because we had someone in charge that was obviously not competent and clearly maybe even didn't know what was going on. You don't have the upper hand here. And not only that, yeah, maybe you should say thank you to Americans, considering we've given you hundreds of billions of dollars and A lot of people in this country not only don't agree with sending money there, they don't agree with the war. That is our money at the end of the day. We would probably rather help people that were affected in Hawaii, affected by the hurricanes. Look at how much California is burned to the ground. So yeah, this was great to see. And let's not forget that he was campaigning against Trump because he knew with Biden in charge, he would be getting unlimited money with no questions. And yes, this is exactly what we voted for. Oh, and if he comes here for another meeting, he better be wearing a suit next time.
Low-key, I find it disrespectful. Low-key. Because how do you tell a grown-up man, where is your suit? Anyway, let's get into people's reactions.
One of the biggest things that Zelensky said in that press conference in the Oval Office with Trump that Trump got so mad about was the fact that you will feel it soon, the influence. And Trump was like, don't tell us what's going to happen. Don't tell us about. And you know what? Zelensky is right. Zelensky has this perspective from the outside that those Trump administrations and even Trump himself can't even see in his little echo chamber. His actions, just like James Carville was predicting 4 to 6 weeks, the elimination of Medicaid, the elimination of SNAP benefits, within those 4 to 6 weeks, just like Zelensky was talking about, you will feel it. You will feel it. And Trump was like, don't come into our house and tell us what's going to happen to us. Basically, that's what he was saying. Zelensky was right. And that's what pissed him off so bad. He knows it's coming. That's why they're trying to get everything done. And it's about to hit the brakes. It is about to hit the freaking brakes. And Trump knows it. He was just pissed that someone would call it out to his face.
What we just saw unfold in the Oval Office at the White House was total diplomatic failure.
The war,
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You don't
was-
have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards.
cards.
Right? You're
Speak about-
gambling with
what is
World
speaking
War
about?
III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country.
Meetings between world leaders are typically very carefully choreographed, planned in advance, controlled.
Thank you, dear Donald. Cher Donald, cher Donald.
And it is my pleasure to bring from His Majesty the King a letter.
But this was chaos on an international scale.
I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
The exchange that threatens to end whatever was left of a genuinely cordial relationship between Donald Trump and Volodymyr Zelensky lasted about 10 minutes. I'm going to explain how it started and how it ended.
It is so stunning, and I'm still sort of processing it.
Trump and Zelensky are not friends. Regarding the war in Ukraine, Trump believes the U.S. has wasted its money.
He was never in the good books with Trump. Never.
Biden was throwing money around like it's cotton candy.
He has accused Zelensky of being a dictator and even of being the one who started the war, which is plainly not true.
Today I heard, we weren't invited. Well, you've been there for 3 years. You should have ended it 3 years. You should have never started it.
Today's meeting was meant to begin a new chapter of sorts, and for a time, it looked like that might happen.
We can help Europe because Europe really helped. They really gave a lot, Mr. President. They did.
They gave a lot, but they gave much less.
No.
Much less.
No. No.
Don't argue with me.
No.
Okay.
Zelensky flew to the United States to sign a deal handing over mineral rights as a way of locking arms with the United States. But over the course of their joint appearance, fielding questions from reporters, we started to see cracks.
Putin broken 25 times. 25 times. He broken his own signature. 25 times he broken ceasefire.
But he never broke to me. He never broke to me.
No, you were the president. You were the president during...
He never broke to me.
In 2016, you've been the president, Mr. President.
And it was quickly becoming obvious this was an uncomfortable partnership.
But a lot of cities have been destroyed. A lot of cities that are not recognizable. There's not a building standing.
No.
And a lot of things have to
Mr. President, you have to come and to look. No. We have very good cities. Ukraine is fighting and Ukraine lives. This is very important. And maybe it's Putin is sharing this information that he destroyed us.
I mean, everyone knew that this is going to be very tense. I didn't think it was going to be as tense as it was because they're not on the same page.
But there was one question in particular from a Polish reporter that seemed to push Trump into a corner. But watch Zelensky during this exchange when he enters the frame.
I'm talking with my friends in Poland, and they are worried that you align yourself too much with Putin. What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" That doesn't work that way. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred. And I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either.
This is an incredibly provocative thing to tell a world leader whose country has been invaded, subject to a deadly war for more than 3 years. But it wasn't Trump's comment here that fully triggered Zelensky. It was an insistence from the vice president, JD Vance, that Putin could be reasoned with.
The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
This "can I ask you" moment where he's about to ask JD Vance directly, "What diplomacy are you talking about?" is the exact moment after more than 40 minutes of doing more listening than talking where Zelensky seems to have decided he had heard enough. He decided to push back, pointing out that years after Putin annexed Crimea by force in 2014, Ukraine tried to negotiate.
You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire.
Ultimately, that ceasefire, agreed to in 2019, it didn't hold. Russia, at various times, accused Ukraine of breaking the terms of their agreements.
The Russians say that's in part why they attacked in 2022, because Ukrainians weren't implementing it.
Zelensky, however, sees things very differently.
After that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
This was the beginning of the end.
Do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
It broke new ground in the world of diplomacy. We have never seen something as stark as that. It was like all gloves came off. This has never happened before like this. It's not the norm.
It was two people berating Zelensky and castigating him for not responding to what they were saying without actually giving him a chance to respond to what they were saying. This was by no means a conversation. This was a ritualized humiliation.
It really didn't take long for both sides to completely come apart.
I really hope that Trump is okay, because he must have really hurt his back when he bent so far over to lick the boots of Putin with how he treated Zelensky today.